So as far as my second trimester is concerned, sorry baby, I stretched you a little bit, in Beijing. That's actually more of the time where I was actually in Beijing because I wasn't traveling as much. I was a bit more stable. Energy levels started coming back. My skin started to heal. And that's actually something I forgot to mention during the first video, is that besides the vomiting and all of that, and lack of energy and all that, around my mouth area, I was having irritation, and it was just, I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. But during the second trimester is when it really started to heal and the discoloration started to go away. And that's another reason why actually I'm buying quite a bit of skincare product. Hopefully I can maintain it and recover from what has happened to me during the first trimester, and that the baby, when baby comes along, can see what mama really looks like and won't be scared of me. So anyway, so second trimester, coming back to Beijing, I'm a lot healthier. And I feel even big and bloated after big meals, but I'm really still heating up a lot during days where I think normally I wouldn't have been feeling so warm. I'm feeling extremely warm, you know, especially around the legs or thigh area. Like sitting right now on this sofa, it's really heating up, and I think this is some sort of like a synthetic material. It sticks to your skin and it really heats up. So I'm just really glad we didn't purchase this unit and I didn't buy this sofa. But anyways, this is just something that I'm always thinking about when I'm recording these videos, because I'm always sitting here. And I definitely have more energy. But I do sometimes feel like I can't take deep breaths. Especially with the bad air. You just look out and it's all gray, and again in Beijing, wherever you are, once you land in the Beijing airport, you smell this smell of metal, and then when it's the pollution time, you smell like something's burning, and when you are elsewhere, you smell sweat or a dirty towel. There's just this overwhelming sense of smell really sometimes trigger me. But today, however, during the second trimester and on, I don't feel like I'm gonna puke, however, so that's definitely a good sign. And basically, I think the second trimester, I'm a lot more myself. The only thing is I sometimes feel a bit tight around my belly area, but after several days, I feel like it loosens up a little. If I eat less a little bit, and I put oil on, so that makes sure there are no stretch marks, and I think it's just the elasticity of the skin, I don't know, but so far I have been quite comfortable, touch wood, and I hope it progresses this way. And when the time comes, again, I'm just really hoping that the baby and I can be really strong and things can go smoothly. And during the second trimester, I guess one more thing I do want to mention is that because I'm now back in Beijing, I have to look at the environment and then decide what I can and cannot do during that day, because depending on the air, I can or cannot go out. But thank God nowadays there are online shopping. I can do grocery and all that. But the sucky part is that China, however, even with money, I used to think that even if, as long as you're willing to pay, you can buy yourself freedom or privacy or good products. But the reality is, for really high-end luxury goods, yes, you can do that, but for consumables, like very average things like milk or butter or food items, you know, strawberries, whatnot. First of all, strawberries, a lot of them, if it's still sold in China, made in China, and you then question, because you hear this all the time, it's like, are you sure this is this? Or when you're sure, it's 4 or 5 times the price. So like in North America, US or Canada, you know, 1 pound strawberry, $2, whatnot. Here, depending on the type or the time of the year, 20 Canadian or whatnot. It really varies a lot. They do have cheaper ones, but it tastes funky, and when you bite in it, the strawberry, the color inside and the exterior is not the same. So then you question, what did they put on to make this red so red, and why is it not sweet at all? So there are a lot of concerns. And milk, they always have these high temperature treated milk products. Yes, most definitely, but it doesn't taste the same as the one that I've always had in Hong Kong when I was young, or you know, the typical milk that I usually have in Canada. So sometimes I just want basic ingredients, or yogurt. Yogurt, that's another thing. I try to get just average yogurt, Activia or something like that. But here, not really an option. They have really funky yogurts as well. Some of the taste, if you buy the flavor one, worst idea ever. It's the most artificial colored and tasting yogurt you will ever taste in your life. So don't even bother trying it at all. It's the basic thing, like beef. Beef is crazily expensive here at times. Like there's this place called Wolfgang for 1,200 yuan, which is like 200 bucks. You get this tiny T-bone for 2 people. Tiny. Okay, fine, maybe it's bigger, but for 200 bucks, are you kidding me? I still remember back then in university, this is something that we have on a regular basis when we can't figure out what else to eat. And we were pretty frugal too. We pay for our tuition ourselves. So yeah, we're not big spender, but yeah, we can afford a T-bone. That's not a problem. So anyways, things are really out of whack, and at that restaurant, even asparagus, like 5 or 6 of them, is $90. So things here, the discrepancy from the poor and the rich, the gap is huge. And if you're a foreigner coming here, there are certain things that would be nice to have a basic expectation on, and at least know. And especially if you're coming here with a family or thinking of potentially having, you know, more children during this time, that's definitely something that I would highly encourage you to just be mindful of and be mentally prepared for the both of you, for the adults of the family, because it's different. And something else that also during the second trimester I really want to do, I want to work out a lot. I want to go swim, but then workout would be a problem because downstairs we do have a gym, but they don't have an air purifier, so I just work out here inside my own suite. But then again, I'm always stuck in my own suite. Sometimes I just want to go out and breathe the not so poisonous air, or I want to swim, but the swimming pool, is it clean? Or there's just so many questions, you know. It's very different from North America, where you can have peace of mind easily on every day. Here is you question about the environment, you question about the food, you question about the water, you question about a lot of things, especially from the living survival mode of things. But obviously, if you're on my husband's side, there are definitely other things that are on the brights and on the up and coming. But then sometimes maybe as a mama, you think a lot more, and you do want the best for your family, at least the best to your ability, not the most luxurious or anything, but decent, safe, basic necessity of life. That's definitely something that, you know, I wish I can provide for my family. And actually, that summarizes my experience to my second trimester as a Beijing mama. I hope you enjoyed the video. If there are any more videos that you would like to see, any more topics that might interest you, just let me know in the comment section. Later.